Have you ever looked at a modern website and wondered why some cards look so premium? They don't just look like boxes sitting on a page. They almost feel like they are floating above the screen. But here's something interesting. That professional look usually isn't created with just one shadow. In fact, many modern websites secretly combine multiple shadows together on a single element. That is exactly what we are going to learn in this lesson. By the way, you might notice that my Acode editor looks a little different in this lesson. I switched up the theme to make the code even easier to see on screen. Let me know in the comments if you prefer this new look. But back to our shadows. Take the text box we have been working with throughout this series. It still has the same red border from our previous lesson, and it also has that single dark red shadow we created. It already looks much better than a completely flat box. But professional developers rarely stop there. Before we add another shadow, let's first make one small change. In our previous lesson, our shadow looked like this. This time, we're going to replace the dark red color keyword with the rgba function call. Now don't worry, you haven't missed anything. Both methods are completely correct, and both can produce beautiful shadows. The reason we're switching to rgba is because it gives us something that a simple color keyword cannot: precise control over opacity. Since we're about to combine multiple shadows together, we don't want every shadow to have exactly the same strength. We want one shadow to appear darker and more noticeable, while the other appears lighter and much softer. Using rgba allows us to control that perfectly without changing the actual color. So first, update your code to this: box shadow, 0 pixels, 15 pixels, 10 pixels, -5 pixels, rgba, 139, 0, 0, 0.7. Look carefully at the screen. Notice that visually, almost nothing has changed. Our shadow still looks almost identical to the one from the previous lesson. The only thing we've changed is the way we're defining its color. Instead of using the dark red keyword, we're now using the rgba color function. This gives us complete control over the shadow's transparency, which will become very important in just a moment. Now let's take it one step further. Instead of using only one shadow, we're going to add a second one. Now look at the screen. Immediately, the entire box feels different. Notice that we didn't really change the shadow color. Both shadows are still dark red. The first one is simply darker, while the second one is softer. Instead of relying on a single shadow, we're now layering two completely independent shadows together to create a much richer and more realistic effect. So how did we do that? It's actually very simple. Each shadow is written exactly the same way you already learned in the previous lesson. The only new thing is that after writing the first complete shadow, we place a comma, then immediately write another complete shadow. That's it. Every shadow has its own horizontal offset, its own vertical offset, its own blur radius, its own spread radius, and its own color. The browser reads the first shadow completely and draws it. Then it moves to the second shadow and draws that one too. Now, here is a golden rule you need to remember about how these shadows are stacked. The browser layers shadows from top to bottom based on the order you write them in your code. In other words, the first shadow you write is always the closest one to the box. Every new shadow you add after the comma gets rendered underneath the ones before it. This is exactly why we put our sharper, darker shadow first and our wider, softer atmosphere shadow second. If we swapped the order, that big, soft second shadow would actually swallow up the sharp detail of the first one. Now look back at the screen. Can you see what's happening? The first shadow creates the strong, well-defined depth closest to the box. The second shadow creates a much larger, softer layer underneath it. Instead of competing with each other, both shadows work together. One creates detail, the other creates atmosphere. And together, they make our simple text box look far more realistic than a single shadow ever could. Now let's prove it. Delete the second shadow completely, leaving only the first one. Look at the screen. Notice how the box immediately loses some of its realism. The shadow still looks good, but it no longer feels as deep. Now add the second shadow back. Instantly, the box looks richer, cleaner, and much more premium. This is exactly why professional UI designers rarely rely on only one shadow. Instead, they layer multiple shadows together to simulate how light behaves in the real world. Now, here's something important to understand. Every shadow is completely independent. Changing the blur radius of one shadow does not affect the other. Changing the spread radius of one shadow does not affect the other. Each shadow has its own complete set of values. Just remember this simple rule. Every box shadow is made up of a horizontal offset, a vertical offset, a blur radius, a spread radius, and a color. If you want to add another shadow, simply write another complete box shadow and separate them with a comma. That's all there is to it. Now here's something exciting. Throughout this lesson, both of our shadows used exactly the same dark red color because our goal was to create realistic depth. But what if we completely break that rule? What happens if every shadow has a different color? Can we use multiple box shadows to create glowing neon effects, beautiful futuristic interfaces, and eye-catching lighting effects that seem to shine right off the screen? That is exactly what we're going to build in the very next lesson. If this lesson makes sense, like and comment. I understand multiple box shadows. Also, don't forget to follow or subscribe so you don't miss the next lesson.